Guys, what's going on? It's Rekt Capital and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Ethereum and comparing it to Bitcoin's price action because there are a few similarities, but we're going to be focusing on Ethereum and whether or not it will actually lead the next wave of altcoin rallies and what needs to happen in Bitcoin's price action to enable those rallies. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the future, and of course, join the Rekt Capital newsletter by clicking in the link in the description down below. Let's dive right in. So this is Bitcoin's price action. It is at a major resistance area, and it has been quite dominant in the market. This sort of rally has enabled a lot of money flow back into Bitcoin, but the reason that it's now consolidating just below this resistance area means that a bit of that money flow is going back into altcoins after tremendous sell-side price action on those altcoins. But we need to see how Bitcoin will continue to behave at this resistance, because a sharp rejection wouldn't be good for altcoins. A sharp rejection would actually make that money flow cycle into fear, because people would be selling Bitcoin and most likely panic selling altcoins as well. But overall, Bitcoin has broken out from this monthly range, and you can see here that we're now at a major resistance area on the monthly scale, on the weekly scale. It's the last final major resistance before new all-time highs, but that breakout from this monthly range is quite tremendous. But if we focus to the next monthly range, that is Ethereum, you can also see that Bitcoin, or at least Ethereum here, has broken out from its analogous range. And you can see that this breakout for Bitcoin has eclipsed these two wicking highs, which means that Ethereum is probably going to eclipse this high in the coming weeks. But of course, this is the analogous breakout, monthly breakout range for Ethereum, and this breakout has been confirmed for Ethereum. And if we just zoom into the weekly here, you can see that this range high on the monthly rejected Ethereum for a while, for 2 weeks actually, but ultimately we've been able to break beyond that level, and this is ultimately the final major resistance for Ethereum at around 4K. So that psychological region for Ethereum at this time, we're probably going to get that region tested going forward. That's going to be quite interesting how Ethereum behaves there. But let's zoom back to the monthly, because what we need to pay attention to is, yes, this has been a breakout from the monthly range, but we do have two wicking resistances. And I'm just wondering, would that form a trend line here? Would that trend line be significant in any way? Because Bitcoin's price action is insinuating to us that this wick is going to be eclipsed by Ethereum's price action. So this trend line may not figure as much of a resistance going forward, but still one to pay attention to in any case. But the crypto money flow cycle is suggesting to us that money flow is predominantly in Bitcoin upon rejection from the resistance by Bitcoin, and we'd see that Bitcoin money flow go back into fiat, with altcoins also being sold back into fiat. And it's really important to see what needs to happen for Ethereum to attract that money flow, because altcoin market cap is following Ethereum's price action quite closely. It had that rejection from new all-time highs. It had that falling wedge, breakout, rejection from those same highs right over here, but a swift recovery. This is actually a 56 rejection, a 56% rejection, and this is a 25%, roughly speaking, rejection. So you're seeing this resistance area weakening. And with altcoin market cap now approaching here, perhaps we see a 12% rejection, because if this is 56, this is 25, then we could see a 12% rejection, which would be a declining rate of sell-side pressure in this resistance area. But nonetheless, the uptrend would still be intact, and over time, altcoin market cap would break out to new highs. And it's interesting because since turning the 2017 area into support by altcoin market cap has broken into a 200% rally. Almost. It's 150%, but the reason I say 200% is I'm already thinking a little bit into the future, because this looks like a reaccumulation range for altcoin market cap, just reaccumulating before further upside. And this upside is going to be exacted by Ethereum, being the predominant altcoin, the leading indicator for many altcoins, breaking to and beyond this diagonal resistance, this 4K psychological resistance, that's going to enable a breakout to new all-time highs by altcoin market cap. Seeing how Ethereum is leading the market, that's going to push that altcoin market cap to some pretty impressive highs. So if Bitcoin continues to move towards the upside, here's the Bitcoin monthly chart. If it continues to move towards the upside, even if it rejects, that's actually going to enable Ethereum to catch up a bit, because it has been lagging behind Bitcoin, and we're seeing a bit of a discrepancy there. Ethereum is still lagging behind Bitcoin, but still trend following it. But a rejection on Bitcoin would deplete most altcoins, and then afterwards, Ethereum could have a chance to shine and lead a bit, as well as some other altcoins also taking the charge. So in this case, a rejection from Bitcoin would see price go back into fiat, but then we'd see that fiat go back into Bitcoin as Bitcoin consolidates later on, and then we see that move into large caps. And this is where Ethereum could bring about some altcoin movements. But having said that, at some point in the future, Bitcoin is probably going to become the most dominant cryptocurrency, because it's going to break out to new all-time highs at some point in the future. At some point in the future, it's going to rally to new all-time highs and price discovery, and that's going to be a pretty disastrous situation for other altcoins, because other altcoins might not be able to keep up. Ethereum will try its best, given how correlated Ethereum is to Bitcoin, but it's still going to be lagging behind Bitcoin. Whereas other altcoins, specifically in those BTC pairs, they're probably going to be suffering and depleting their valuation as people panic sell their altcoins to chase the Bitcoin uptrend. So really important how Bitcoin stabilizes after a potential rejection, because if there's a rejection, Bitcoin will deplete. So will altcoins. So that's not really a positive situation for altcoins unless we find support here or here for Bitcoin and we see some consolidation for Bitcoin. That would enable altcoin rallies for the time being. But a breakout, a confirmed breakout beyond this resistance at some point in the future, that would enable a new all-time high in price discovery, and altcoins would suffer there. So there aren't many windows for altcoins to perform well. Ethereum is going to be tracking Bitcoin quite closely, but that's going to be Ethereum and maybe a handful of other selective altcoins. Generally, altcoins don't have that much space to maneuver going forward, but there may be a few occasions, especially upon rejection and some consolidation, where altcoins could do well. But first of all, it does look like Bitcoin is gearing up for Bitcoin season, especially upon breaking this resistance era. So we just need to watch out for how Bitcoin stabilizes, and then in the future, potentially de-risk from altcoins as Bitcoin continues to become dominant and breaks new all-time highs. In any case, guys, that's about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Like the video if you enjoyed it and would like to see more Bitcoin altcoin comparison and analysis, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the future. I'm Rekt Capital, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Speak to you soon.